those of you who are new to me as a teacher, my name is Miranda, and today I'm going to be sharing with you a short and sweet yoga practice and breathing and meditation practice to help you feel more connected to your heart, your physical body, and to practice kindness and compassion for yourself. We're going to swivel around back to seated and bring our feet together and our knees wide. So if it helps you to sit on a block or a rolled up towel or a pillow, you can certainly do that. If you want more of a stretch for the inside of your hips, you're going to pull your feet in a little closer. And if you want more for the back of your hips, then you can bring your feet forward more. So I want you to practice sitting up tall like we did at the start of class. Roll the shoulders back, lift your heart, breathe in. And as you breathe out, start to lean forward. Maybe you're able to one day touch the ground in front of your feet. Maybe one day you'll be able to walk your hands forward. Wherever you are is exactly where you need to be. So just breathe and relax in that pose. This is called butterfly. Can you find a bit of stillness in this pose? Maybe you close your eyes, breathing into any tightness in your hips. And if your butterfly had these beautiful wings, what color would your butterfly wings be? Maybe you close your eyes and visualize that color. For me, I'm seeing the color pink, representing love, energy, new beginnings. And let's see if we can slowly lean forward a little bit more. And then we're gonna lean our bodies and walk our hands over to one side. You might have your elbow or your fingertips to the floor, enough so that you can reach the top arm up, coming into a side bend. Breathe in and maybe looking up at your fingertips, and looking down towards the floor, and back up at your fingertips again. Take an inhale to come up. Exhale, leaning over to the other side, reaching your top arm up, keeping your heart and your chest open, sitting really tall. Even though you're going into a side bend, we're still lifting and up and active instead of dropping into our bodies. We're still nice and strong here. One more breath. Come all the way back up. This time we're going to bring our feet further away from us on purpose. So the diamond shape is wider or more narrow and longer. And then you're going to lift your knees and bring your hands from the inside to underneath. And try to hold onto your feet as you bring your forehead and your nose all the way close to your toes as best you can. Some of you might have your forehead resting on your feet. Some of you might be feeling enough of a stretch right here, and that's wonderful. Just breathe and try to relax. Maybe you close your eyes again, and now you start to visualize where your butterfly might be flying. So perhaps there's a spot that comes to mind when I ask you this question. Where were you when you last felt full of joy, happiness, and gratitude? Any of those emotions? Do you remember where you were? Was there a certain memory that comes to mind, or maybe it's a certain place that you were, that you can think of? And imagine you have landed in that special place. Take one more breath in this pose. Exhale all the air out. And then very slowly unraveling your arms, bringing your knees back together. And then we're either gonna sit cross-legged with our palms on our knees but facing up, sitting really nice and tall with the eyes closed or the gaze soft. Or I invite you to lay down, and if you have a yoga block or a rolled up towel or a pillow, you might use that under your head to get nice and cozy. But for now, I just ask that you find a comfortable place. Now that we've done a couple of poses to open up our bodies, we're gonna now tune into the breathing body and also tune into our thoughts. So I ask that you close your eyes or find a spot to look at as you choose whether you'd like to lay down or sit nice and tall. And once again, we're going to roll the shoulders back and down away from the ears. Again, finding that breath, inhaling through your nose, exhaling out through your mouth. Maybe if you're sitting, or even if you're laying down, you take your pointer finger and your thumb to connect in a circle. And you might have that connection, that circular connection, as you press your fingers together, reminding you of your breath as it moves in that cycle, inhaling to the top, exhaling to come back down, inhaling to the top, exhaling to come back down. And let's go back into that recent memory of a feeling where you were super happy or super joyful or feeling gratitude. And then I want you to think about what made you feel that way. Was it the people around you that influenced that feeling? Was it a certain achievement? Maybe it's something that you accomplished that you worked so hard towards. Or maybe it was you giving something to somebody else that made them super happy, where you felt joyful because of it. A simple act of kindness. Can you think of that moment or memory? And if nothing's coming to mind right now, that's okay. You can always practice this another time. But we have a long list of things to be grateful for. So if you can't think of a memory right now, why don't you think about something that you are grateful for? Maybe it's your relationships, maybe it is your healthy food that you get to eat, or the shelter over your head, or the opportunity to get to go to school and learn, or play a sport, or dance, or listen to music. Just thinking about that here right now. And then I want you to think about a time where you felt proud of yourself. Maybe it was after practicing something for so long that maybe at first you thought that it was going to take forever to accomplish, or maybe it's something that you weren't sure that you were able to do, but you stuck with it, you kept showing up for yourself, and you made it. You proved to yourself that yes, you can, you're strong, you got this. I want you to think about a time where you felt accomplished or confident or proud of yourself for something that you did. Maybe it was when you got a high mark on a test, or when you were able to forgive somebody for something that they did that hurt you. That can be really challenging to do, can it? Or maybe it's a time where you forgave yourself for something that you did that maybe wasn't so loving to somebody else, or maybe it wasn't so loving to yourself. Because I want you to remember this, you guys, that words are powerful. So the words that we say to ourselves, they hold a lot of energy. So if we're constantly saying negative things to ourselves, like, I am not good enough, or I'm not pretty, or I won't ever be able to do this, or I suck. Those are all negative self-talk, and those will actually transform your experience to be that way. So what you want to do is you want to train your mind or train your brain to think positively so that you can attract those positive things, those loving relationships. So instead of saying things like, I am not good enough, replace it with things like, I am worthy of love. I am learning to be more kind and compassionate towards myself and those around me. I forgive myself for any time where I was unkind, or I said something to hurt somebody else or myself. about something that you are ultimately grateful for. We're going to finish our practice there. This can be a certain person in your life. This can be something that you get to enjoy every day, whether it's a meal, a sport, your favorite headphones, your favorite activity or craft. I just want you to think about that for one more moment. Breathing in gratitude. Breathing out. Beautiful. And from here, we're going to start to bring some movement into our body. So I want you to wiggle your fingers and wiggle your toes, whether you're seated or laying down. Then we're going to rub our hands together really fast to get our hands warm. And without thinking too much, once your hands are warm and you feel that fire within, you can either place your hands on your eyes or your heart or on your tummy, anywhere where you're feeling that you could use a little bit of warmth and love and attention. So I'm going to actually split my hands and do one hand over my eyes and the other hand over my heart. And take a moment to feel that warmth, that connection, reminding yourself that you are loved, you are healthy, you are alive, you have unlimited capability to succeed and be whatever and whoever you want to be in this life. And then just taking your hands over top of your chest or your heart. Take another full breath in through your nose. And a nice deep breath out. And then relaxing your hands down to your knees. And if you're not yet up to a comfortable seat, you can roll yourself from that knees into chest and roll and rock yourself all the way back up to seated. And I want you to know that any time that you are feeling in a rut or you're not feeling super confident, you're feeling like your thoughts are negative inside of your mind and you need something to help you get back in tune with that positive thinking, you can revisit this video, or you can come to your yoga mat or come to your special spot and you can sit cross-legged and you can close down your eyes, or maybe even you journal and you can write down some things that we went over today, like what am I grateful for, or what are some moments that made me proud of myself. And those habits that you do, whether they're writing them in a journal or you're sitting in a meditation or a yoga pose and you're thinking of these things, it will become a habit to you, so that when you do find that your mind is negative talk or you're being unkind to yourself or those around you, that you slow down and you take a step back and you're able to realize that, hey, my mind is playing a trick on me right now. These things are not really loving, are they? So I'm going to change that, and I'm going to write down in my journal some things that I'm proud of or that make me feel good and make me feel loved. And I'm going to write these things down and manifest them or practice them. So what I mean by manifest is if you're writing down some things, some goals for yourself, or maybe there are special words like I am strong, or I am healthy, or I am loved, then all of these things that we are speaking or writing then become a reality. So I hope that you ladies and you gentlemen that are practicing at home and watching this video feel a sense of love and gratitude inside of your heart. And if you're not feeling anything quite yet, that's okay too. It's a practice, right? So continue to write in your journal, continue to do yoga poses, and focus on your breathing, and you guys will be off to a great start. Thank you so much for tuning in, everybody. From my heart to yours, have a wonderful day, and big hugs from me to you. Until next time, thanks guys.